health, wealth, happiness, fitness, motivation, personal development, business.
Hi guys, David McConaughey here of the Ask DMC show.
Hi, and welcome to episode number 2 of the Ask DMC show. Another fantastic question here. I'm really stressed out at work. I'm struggling to find the time to train because of all the things that I'm doing. I'm losing a bit of momentum and I'm feeling like I'm going backwards. Okay, pressure. Pressure's causing stress. The pressure of what you are having to achieve within the workplace. How do you get back into it? You have to make time for it. You need to make time for training. If that means that you have to get up early in the morning, you get out your pit. I can see sometimes situations where I'm lucky if I get 3 or 4 hours sleep, still come and train. How do I get past that? How do I motivate myself? Sometimes I'm up at 3:30 in the morning. Consistently for long periods of time. I set my alarm for 3:30, I wake up at 3:15 usually. And I'm up and people say to me, you're mad, how can you do that? How can you get up at that time? And I was like, because I focus on what the outcome is going to be. I don't focus on feeling tired. I don't focus on all the other things that are going on. I focus on the benefit of making time to be able to do things that I love. And one of the things that I love is exercise. So if you're finding yourself in a situation where you're overwhelmed by the amount of workload you have to do based on what you're doing within your career, and you're not allocating the correct time for you to do your training, or you're out the habit of it, you just need to bring it back in. You need to make time. You need to put 40 minutes aside 3-4 times a week out with your PT session if you've got a coach. This is a specific question from one of our guys. And just get in about it. Get it done. Just make sure that you get it done. Make that your first commitment of the day. Make it your first commitment. It all comes down to task list, delegation and allocation of time as well, guys. Okay? We all have the same amount of time in a day, yet some people can be much more effective, much more productive and much more successful than others. And in my personal opinion, it comes down to your schedule. It comes down to how well you prioritise your tasks, how well you then execute those as well. Okay? But what's most important for you, and for me it's about feeling good, and I know exercise makes me feel good. I know it allows me to clear my mind from the day before as well. It gives me a good sweat, a good detox. So when it comes to training, then make it a priority. Make your training a priority. Make a workout a priority. Have a 10-minute workout, have a 15-minute workout, have a 20-minute workout. Have options for being able to do some form of training. If you are stuck, do 5 minutes worth of burpees. Rest for a minute, do 5 minutes worth of press-ups. Rest as and when you need to, and carry that through. A 10-minute warm-up, a 10-minute cool-down. There's half an hour and you'll be burst. You'll be lucky if you're still doing burpees 2.5 minutes into your 5-minute set, depending on what level you're at. So prioritise and then find something that fits and squeeze it in. Squeeze it in and remember how it's going to make you happy and how it's going to make you feel. I hope that answers that question. We're all being very health and fitness focused at the moment. We're going to do some special guest appearances as well. I'm going to interview some of the really successful students. I'm going to be interviewed in the coming episodes. I'm going to be interviewed by Brian Costello, our Scottish top mind coaches, to discuss the transition that I've been through lately and to go into more detail. But I did get a question sent to me this morning before we filmed this episode, and it was, Davey, people know that you lost your mum and dad both to terminal cancer within a 6-week period to each other, and that was only a few months ago. How have you managed to stay on track, keep on track, and get back on track? That's a really good question. Back on track, I'm not sure about yet, whether I can say that that's me 100% here. I feel a lot better, a hell of a lot more productive. I'm loving the 16, 17, 18 hour days. I'm loving the buzz. I'm loving the chasing the dream. I'm loving the goals. I'm loving the way that my brain's working again. I'm loving all that. That definitely wasn't the way things were for a long period of time. And yeah, probably the darkest and the most kind of demotivated that I've been in the last 10 years, out off the back of these two traumatic experiences and deaths happening. What did I do to get through it? I just kept going. Some days I couldn't be bothered doing anything, so I didn't. Some days I wanted to drink too much, so I did. Sometimes I didn't want to leave the house, so I didn't. Now, yeah, for people that have got jobs and stuff, that might be a wee bit harder because obviously I've got a bit more freedom than the kind of say your general public person who works within a company that has a employment. Because I don't have employment, I employ myself, so I can kind of bend the rules a wee bit when it comes to that. But how did I get through it? You just need to kind of roll. Sometimes you just need to sit in the feeling. Sometimes you just need to be unhappy. Sometimes you just need to be sad. Sometimes it's just, that's the way it's going to be. Good days, bad days. But you also need to remember that other people are relying on you and that you're relying on yourself. And you've got a responsibility to yourself to make sure that you try to take care of yourself and that you try to understand what's happening, and you pull yourself through it, you grind yourself through it, you drag yourself through it, through the hard times, through the challenges, whatever they may be, and you remember what your focus and what your goal is, and you just keep moving towards that goal, and you use that goal as, say, a lighthouse in the storm to keep you away from the rocks. And that's what I've done so far, and so far so good. We're getting there. So I hope that answers that question. Let's see what else we've got in here. From my good friend Stephen. Best for fat burning, steady state cardio or high intensity interval training? Do you need both in your routine? Okay, that's a personal preference here for me. Yeah, do you need both in your routine if you're training for fat loss? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say training for fat loss, individual, high intensity interval training, obviously much better just because of the excessive post-exercise oxygen consumption that happens, which raises metabolism and causes the afterburn, as termed by Alan Cosgrove, where you look at the hierarchy of fat loss. EPOC, we're looking to produce EPOC. Yeah, I learned a lot about this with Martin Rooney when I did the Training for Warriors seminar, and about taking your heart rate and allowing your heart rate to come back down, and basically heart rate training, which is high intensity interval training, up, down, up, down, up, down. So specifically for fat loss, I would say that that's the best focus for an individual. Steady state cardiovascular training over long periods of time has been proven to cause cortisol production, which is kind of stress hormone, and not very good when fat loss is concerned. So that would be my opinion. On a long-term basis though, once the body fat is down and the body composition's in a situation where the individual's happy, then cardio, I'm all for it. I'm all for a good cycle. Me personally, I'm all for a long walk as well. I like going out for walks. I like going hill walking and getting outside. those would be my choices of cardio, and having lots of different types of exercises, whether it be kind of anaerobic, aerobic, high intensity, low intensity, medium intensity, mixing all that together and having kind of lots of different types of modalities of exercise within the week, then is obviously going to make you more athletic, and it's going to give you more variety within your training. So maybe you do some strength work, maybe you do some kettlebells, maybe you do some swimming, some cycling, you maybe go walking, you might go dancing, you know, you might go to rave dancing, you might go Zumba dancing, you might go salsa dancing, you know, whatever it is that you choose to do. If you can pick lots of different modalities and you get a better balance, that's for a more long-term effect of exercise. Specifically for fat loss, high intensity interval training, in my opinion. Okay, let's see what we've got next. I'm falling off track and I'm dropping in and out. I have good days and I have bad days. What advice would you give someone who is in that situation? Check in with your goals. Reevaluate your goals. Remember why you're doing what you're doing. Try to learn from the bad days. Think about what you're thinking. Have a journal. Write a journal down. A diary. You know, look at the days that you're doing really well and what kind of mindset and attitude that you're taking to that, and then look at the days that you're not doing so well. Marry up the difference and see how you can then maybe change your attitude and focus away from any negativity that's holding you back, or any kind of thought process that's maybe encouraging you to be a wee bit demotivated, and try and mimic and model the way that you're feeling when you are being motivated, and build more days of motivation. And just compound on it and build it up and build it up and build it up. Health, wealth, happiness, fitness, motivation, personal development, business.
Hi guys, David McConaughey here of the Ask DMC show.